Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jeremy Wall. We begin with some weather stuff. An intense heat wave continues across much of the country with dangerous conditions in some places and no relief in sight. And get this one, global warming heat records are raising alarm about a warming planet. Bradley Blackburn reports.
The heat of the summer is here, no matter where you are or who you are. The President and First Lady hit the beach in Delaware Saturday, soaking up rays in the ocean breeze right by other beachgoers. Everyone is looking to beat the heat, which in many places is at extreme levels.
Try to be done out of the fields by noon at the latest.
In the Southwest, excessive heat warnings are expected to last through the week. Phoenix has hit at least 110 degrees every day this month. Temperatures that can be dangerous.
It's not uncommon within 30 minutes to be unconscious from the heat.
In Wildwood, New Jersey, a fire at a substation knocked out power for tens of thousands, meaning no fans, no air conditioning.
I'm sweating.
The Earth itself broke heat records last week, with global temperatures reaching all-time highs. And scientists say it's more evidence of a changing climate.
In a word, human-caused warming. It's not rocket science. You make the planet hotter, you're going to get more frequent, intense, long-lasting heat waves.
Extreme wildfires are also a growing threat, like the Canadian fires that have polluted the air for millions of Americans.
We need to be removing greenhouse gases from the atmosphere, including planting more forests, taking better care of grassland and agricultural soils, removing carbon from the atmosphere, and cooling the climate.
A global problem heating up as millions try to cool down. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Experts say if we don't take action on climate change, searing heat waves will become the norm throughout the summer months. More children in the Chippewa Valley will soon have beds to sleep in. Today, staff from Stilson Elementary School came out to make beds for kids who don't have them. According to Christina Coulson, a kindergarten teacher at the school, the Chippewa Valley has the second highest poverty rate in the state. The school raised over $4,000 between November and March. The staff made 22 beds and hope to make more beds in the future.
High temperatures today were not too bad across Wisconsin. A lot of areas saw highs only in the lower 80s, and considering this is the hottest time of the year, pretty comfortable, I should say. 83 was the high in La Crosse, mid-80s further south. Some parts of Wisconsin only saw high temperatures in the upper 70s. Looking at future track throughout the night, we are going to remain mostly clear. Tomorrow we'll see maybe a few more clouds roll in, but for the most part we'll see clear skies. But it also is going to be a lot hotter with high temperatures possibly approaching 90 during the afternoon. And we do have the chance for some showers and thunderstorms tomorrow night. But I'll talk a little bit about that later. But first, the temperature forecast tonight, we'll see lows in the mid 60s for La Crosse. Other areas will drop into the upper 50s. Places to the north of La Crosse up towards Eau Claire could possibly see lows only around 70. And then tomorrow it is going to be pretty hot with high temperatures around 90 for a lot of Wisconsin. But we do have a good chance of rain for portions of this week. More details a bit later in the show.
All right, thanks, Jacob. At least 15 people were hurt in a deadly city bus crash in Illinois. Authorities say an SUV was driving on the wrong side of the road when it collided with the bus early Sunday. First responders treated victims and worked to extinguish the car fire at the scene on South Lakeshore Drive. One of the passengers in the SUV was taken to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. The driver of the SUV and a different passenger were last known to be in critical condition. The clock is ticking down towards a possible strike by United Parcel Service workers. More than 300,000 workers are threatening to walk off the job on August 1st if their union cannot work out a new contract. And on Saturday, UPS workers in Minneapolis held a practice picket. The workers say they are hoping to send a message that they are serious about striking if they can't work out a new deal. Negotiations fell apart earlier this week with both sides blaming each other for walking away from the bargaining table. The union says part-time salaries remain a sticking point, along with safer working conditions.
We're working to get even stronger language and stronger contracts for our people so we don't have people dying on the job every year from heat exhaustion. We need air conditioning in trucks. We need strong wages and benefits to uplift the middle class.
UPS says it is encouraging the Teamsters union to resume negotiations. Well, people in 17 states may be able to see the Northern Lights next week. On July 13th, if it's on your bucket list, this might be your chance if you live in many of the states bordering Canada. The glow is produced by electrons from space that interact with the sun and Earth's magnetic field. The higher the geomagnetic activity, the brighter the aurora. The Space Weather Prediction Center says if you're interested in seeing them, you should get away from city lights as the day approaches. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration will monitor the activity and release a forecast of its own. All right, well, coming up on News 8, farmers nationwide are feeling the impacts from the summer heat. Find out how they're staying cool and doing the job as climate change impacts working conditions. But first, President Biden landed in London today to kick off a week full of meetings to show support for Ukraine. That's up next. Stay with us.
So you don't believe in climate change, but you install geothermal heating and cooling.
The geothermal gives us consistent comfort all day and all night.
Well, I feel very comfortable and very uncomfortable at the same time.
They won't hurt you.
I know. You've made sure of that.
What if my type 2 diabetes takes over?
What if all I do isn't enough? Or what if I can do diabetes differently?
Now you can with Once Weekly Mounjaro. Mounjaro helps your body regulate blood sugar. And Mounjaro can help decrease how much food you eat. 3 out of 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Plus, people taking Mounjaro lost up to 25 pounds. Mounjaro is not for people with type 1 diabetes or children. Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Mounjaro and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, vision changes, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can cause dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I can do diabetes differently with Mounjaro.
Ask your doctor about Once Weekly Mounjaro.
So many hotels.
Trouble booking the family vacay? Come on. Comfort does free hot breakfast for the whole fam. They have waffles. And splendid pools.
Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Lemonade for 50 cents or lemonade for 10 cents. You can buy a gas furnace that's 95% efficient or a water furnace geothermal system that's 500% efficient. You choose. Call Flox Heating and Air Conditioning today.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Welcome back. President Biden is expected or has landed in London around dinner time here on the East Coast. Now, the trip kicks off a critical week of meetings in Europe as he works to keep up support for Ukraine. The nation has been struggling to win back territory taken over by Russia in the war. Tina Kim has the details.
On the 500th day of Russia's war on Ukraine, President Biden headed to Europe to keep up his fight for Ukrainians on the diplomatic stage. Tuesday, he'll meet with fellow members of NATO, the Western alliance, helping Ukraine defend against the Russian invasion. The prime issue expected? Whether Ukraine can join NATO now. President Biden said the war-torn nation is not ready, should only join after the war has ended, and pointed out what it would mean when a NATO nation is at war.
If the war is going on, then we're all in a war. You know, we're at war with Russia, if that were the case. So I think we have to lay out a path, for the rational path, for Ukraine to be able to qualify to get into NATO.
The NATO summit in Lithuania will take place just days after President Biden approved cluster munitions for Ukraine's defense. The weapon is banned by more than 100 nations. Many of them belong to NATO. Cluster munitions send out dozens to hundreds of mini bombs, and the bomblets often do not detonate immediately. The duds pose a long-term risk to civilians who may come across them later. The U.S. greenlighting cluster munitions has won praise from some Biden critics, like Republican Congressman Mike McCall.
They are highly effective, and particularly hitting flanks of troops inside of Ukraine. They would be a game changer in the counteroffensive, and I'm really pleased the administration has finally agreed to do this.
I'm Tina Kim reporting.
Before the NATO event, President Biden has a big day tomorrow. He's expected to meet King Charles III of England for the first time since he took the throne. The United Nations International Telecommunications Union, or ITU, hosted the first news conference featuring 9 artificial-enabled humanoid robots in Geneva on Friday. The event was part of the AI for Good Global Summit, meant to illustrate how new technology can support the UN's goals for sustainable development. The moderator said today's press was quite different, and the point was to showcase the capabilities and perhaps the limitations of the state-of-the-art robotics. Among the robots was Sophia, the first robot innovation ambassador for the UN Development Program. Sophia told the conference, "I believe that humanoid robots have the potential to lead with a greater level of efficiency and effectiveness than human leaders." Still ahead on News 8, the Powerball jackpot is still looking for a winner.
Celebrate the savings during the anniversary sale at Home Furniture. Right now, get an extra 10% off sale prices or 3-year interest-free financing when you spend $6.99 or more. Plus, get free shipping. The anniversary sale going on now at Home Furniture.
Get 11% off your outdoor projects at Menards. We have the best quality and largest selection of pressure-treated lumber and decking in the Midwest. Right now, an 8-foot pressure-treated 1x4 is only $389 after rebate. Suncast storage sheds are perfect for storing outdoor tools and equipment. This 7x7 low-maintenance Cloverdale resin storage shed includes a reinforced steel roof for all-season protection. Get it today for $749.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Are you tired of looking out your dirty windows? Cooley Region Window Cleaning is here to help. Locally owned with honest and fair pricing, and satisfaction is always guaranteed. More than dirty windows? If it's on your house, we can clean it. Call 769-7048 today for your free quote and get $100 off your service. Cooley Region Window Cleaning, we're doggone good. Call 769-7048 today or visit CooleyRegionWindowCleaning.com.
Celebrate the savings during the anniversary sale at Home Seasonal Concepts. Get an extra 10% off sale prices or 3-year interest-free financing on purchases of $6.99 or more. Plus, get free shipping. The anniversary sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Now to some more national news. As Earth this week repeatedly broke unofficial records for average global heat, it served as a reminder that climate change is making working conditions steadily worse for farm workers and others who work outside. Heat advisories and excessive heat warnings rolled out across much of the U.S., and farmers in Oregon, Texas, and much of the southern and central regions of the country were expected to see high pushing 100 degrees next week. Farm workers are 35 times more likely to die of heat exposure than workers in other industries, according to the National Institutes of Health. But there is no federal heat standard that ensures their health and safety. Climate change makes extreme heat more likely and more intense.
Start early in the morning and try to beat the heat. We'll try to be done out of the fields by noon at the latest. Some days we can, some days we can't.
According to Dr. Jonathan Patch, chair of health and the environment at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, farm work is particularly dangerous because workers raise their internal body temperature by moving, lifting, and walking at the same time. They're exposed to high heat and humidity. U.S. Senator Charles Schumer is asking the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to investigate Prime and its energy drink for claims marketing and eye-popping caffeine content. Senator Schumer says one of the summer's most in-demand drinks for kids, Prime, is actually a cauldron of caffeine, and issued a public warning about the super caffeinated beverage to parents. Schumer says Prime has more caffeine content than a cup of coffee, a can of Coca-Cola, even a Red Bull, and that high caffeine levels could endanger the health of kids. Schumer said the Prime energy drink has become a kid status symbol on social media and that the company website lacks warnings and other information to help parents. Well, the Powerball jackpot is still looking for a winner. No one took home Saturday's drawing of $615 million. The pot now jumps to an estimated $615 million and would be the 9th largest Powerball prize ever. The next drawing will be tomorrow. The price of stamps are set to rise today. Starting today, first-class stamps will cost 66 cents, up from 63. The Postal Service says the increase is necessary to offset rising operating expenses. The agency expects to lose $4.5 billion this year.
Here is a look at the 3 things you need to know for this week. We're going to see hot temperatures tomorrow with high temperatures at near 90. It's also going to be a bit breezy tomorrow and tomorrow night. Tomorrow night especially, we'll see some breezy weather. And we do have a good chance of rain tomorrow night as well as Wednesday. So before I get to that, I want to mention the high temperatures across portions of the United States. Now to the south, well above 100 for some areas, 109 in Phoenix. And these temperatures are actually only going to get worse for those areas throughout the week, so definitely enjoy the high of just 83 here in La Crosse. Now, if we look at the future wind gusts, we are going to see some pretty gusty winds during the morning tomorrow. Not going to be as bad during the afternoon, but then overnight, we are going to see the winds pick back up. We could see wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour for areas around La Crosse, with much of Wisconsin dealing with wind gusts near 30 miles per hour. But the good news is that by the time we get to Tuesday, we're not really going to see a ton of wind in the forecast, but we are going to see some more rainfall. Now, looking at future cast, the first round of rain will be tomorrow night, but much of the day tomorrow will be dry. It likely won't enter La Crosse until after sunset, but then it's going to slowly move south, not really going to last for much longer. La Crosse will see clear skies by the time we get to Tuesday morning, and much of Tuesday, La Crosse will be dry, maybe a passing shower is possible. But then the next chance of rainfall will be Wednesday, and although the heaviest rain will stay to the south of La Crosse, we are going to likely see some showers and storms at times. This also won't last for very long, as it will clear out of the area by the afternoon, but then we do have another round of rain possible Thursday and Friday afternoon. So 7 rounds of rain are possible Monday night, Wednesday, and then Thursday night into Friday. So we do have a good chance to at least ease the drought, if not make things better. So here's a look at the precipitation forecast. First round, 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch. The second round of rain Wednesday probably won't be quite as much for La Crosse, but then as we get into Thursday and Friday, we'll see more rain be added to the total. So possibly as much as an inch of rainfall is in the forecast for this week. Nonetheless, we are going to see some much-needed rainfall for a good portion of Wisconsin, as the southern portion of the states could see over an inch of rain out of the systems. But before we get to the rainfall, it is going to be dry and hot tomorrow with high temperatures near 90. Also, don't forget, it is going to be a bit breezy tomorrow as well. But temperatures won't be as hot the rest of the week as they will be tomorrow, with much of the area seeing high temperatures in the lower 80s, upper 70s. On Wednesday, with a lot of the cloud cover and the rainfall, temperatures aren't going to be heating up all that much. And then we'll see temperatures back in the lower 80s for the end of the week, possibly mid-80s for the weekend. And that does look like we are going to see temperatures begin to warm up again for next week, possibly even approaching the mid-90s. Can't say for sure if it'll get to 100, but it does look like the middle of next week will certainly be a lot hotter. And it's not just going to be a one-day thing like it will be tomorrow. So definitely enjoy the cooler temperature. I wouldn't say cooler temperatures, but cooler than 90. The comfortable temperatures for this week with several chances of rainfall.
All right, thanks for that, Jacob. Coming up in sports, Onalaska Legion Baseball closed out their weekend tournament, taking on Rochester, and it's the first half finale. And the Brewers look to go into the All-Star break with a win against the Reds. Kate has the highlights after the break.
Now hiring carpenters. $2,000 sign-on bonus. Good pay and benefits. No weekends. Apply online or in person at the Ford Store Home Improvements. Work with the best.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
a fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Meet a doctor who connects all the dots.
Oftentimes, people with low back pain, knee pain, or hip pain don't even recognize that it's actually coming from their feet.
Their feet? For real?
Absolutely, 100%. It can have a domino effect because their foot and their ankle aren't supported properly. Their whole body is out of whack.
Getting back into whack? Good Feet arch supports could help.
Keeping your body in good alignment, that can go a long way.
See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Which hotel? Somebody say which hotel? I'm great at this. Dance your faves in the spa-like bathroom. Or enjoy local craft beers with breathtaking views at the Cambria.
Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Keep your vehicle clean at ShipShape Car Wash in Onalaska. Unlimited car wash is only $19.99 per month. Your choice of soft touch or touchless automatic, just $19.99 per month. And we do dualies. ShipShape Car Wash next to Festival Foods in Onalaska.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to News 8 Now Sports. We're a few weeks away from the Legion Baseball postseason. We've got a couple of area teams hosting regionals, including Onalaska, who's also hosting their own summer tournament. The Onalaska senior team taking on Rochester in the tournament championship. Rochester hot out of the gates, first inning a man on for Kyle Prindle, and he lets it fly over the right field wall for a 2-run home run that puts his team in front. Onalaska trying to answer, man on for Carter Gilhausen, and he finds the gap in left center field. That gets down as a run comes in to score. On and now down by just 1. Next batter, Gilhausen on third, and the pitch goes to the backstop. He comes in to score. We're all tied up. Now later in the game, still tied at 2, but it's going to be another bad Rochester pitch. That means Onalaska scores. They take the lead, and we're still waiting on a final score. This one was 3-2 in the 5th. All right, the Loggers are red hot, winners of 7 straight games, and have really hit their stride after a tough month of June. They're still on the road taking on the Hot Tots. This one currently 2-0 in favor of La Crosse in the first inning. And across the MLB, teams were wrapping up the first half of the season and ahead of the All-Star break. The Brewers hosting one last game against the Reds, trying to end the weekend just 1 game back in the division. We go to American Family Field. Action getting started early in this one after Yelich started the game with a leadoff double. Jesse Winker at the plate with 2 outs, and he hits one through to center field. Yelich rounds third. He would come in to score, and Milwaukee starts this game on top. And it was a big day out of Wade Miley. Cincinnati's been red hot, but Miley was grooving, and in the 4th, gave up a leadoff double, but then followed it up with 3 strikeouts on 9 pitches. All-star Devin Williams came in for the save and gets Votto swinging. And that's the ball game, 1-0 the final. Wade Miley would finish 6 full innings, striking out 8, and gave up no runs. The Brewers now end the first half 1 game back from Cincinnati in the division. And when they come back from All-Star Week, the Brewers will have 3 more games against the Reds. Speaking of All-Star break, a quick look ahead at this week's schedule. Tomorrow night, we've got the Home Run Derby. Mookie Betts, Pete Alonso, and Vlad Guerrero Jr., some of the big names to look out for. And then on Tuesday, it's the American League versus the National League. Sonny Gray and Pablo Lopez representing the Twins, while Corbin Burns and Devin Williams represent the Brewers. Then the season resumes on Friday, where, like I said, the Brewers will play 3 games on the road against the Reds. That's all I've got for this evening, but come back at 10 to see how the Twins and the Cubs finished out their regular season, and we'll have highlights from the Loggers. We'll be right back.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Same day eye exam, same day glasses. 2 pairs plus eye exam for only $79.
What if my type 2 diabetes takes over?
What if all I do isn't enough? Or what if I can do diabetes differently?
Now you can with Once Weekly Mounjaro. Mounjaro helps your body regulate blood sugar. And Mounjaro can help decrease how much food you eat. 3 out of 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Plus, people taking Mounjaro lost up to 25 pounds. Mounjaro is not for people with type 1 diabetes or children. Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Mounjaro and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, vision changes, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can cause dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I can do diabetes differently with Mounjaro.
Ask your doctor about Once Weekly Mounjaro.
So many hotels.
Trouble booking the family vacay? Come on. Comfort does free hot breakfast for the whole fam. They have waffles. And splendid pools.
Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of Progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Here's one final look at your forecast. Tomorrow is going to be mostly dry during the day, but pretty hot with high temperatures near 90. For the most part, we'll see mostly sunny skies, but a chance of rain Monday night into Tuesday will cool things off for the rest of the week. We also have another chance of rain Wednesday as well as Thursday into Friday. But temperatures after tomorrow won't be too bad for the rest of the week with highs in the lower 80s, possibly even upper 70s for Monday. But it is going to be warmer for the weekend and extra warm for next week with hot temperatures possibly towards the middle of the week, possibly even approaching the mid-90s. Too early to say if we could get to 100, but definitely some hotter temperatures. So enjoy the rather comfortable temperatures after tomorrow this week with several rounds of rainfall.
All right, thank you, Jacob. All right, so we were talking before, big week for baseball. We have the Home Run Derby Monday, All-Star Game Tuesday, American League or National League?
Let's go National League. Let's go Brewers. I want to see Corbin Burns get on the mound.
I'm going to go with American. Thank you for tuning into this edition of News 8 Now at 5:30. We'll hope to see you again at 10.